You've probably heard lots of people say they're not setting goals this year because goals suck or because they're setting systems instead. My perspective is that we need both goals and systems to actually succeed. And so in this video, I'll be talking with you about why you might need both goals and systems, the benefits of creating and using systems, and 4 simple steps to actually creating systems that work for you. Welcome to Breathe and Bloom, where we talk about how to bloom, grow, and thrive in various areas of our lives. My name is Ashley, and in this video, I'll be talking with you about goals and systems. And this video is actually part 2 of a mini series on effectively setting and achieving goals. So be sure to subscribe and to check out part 1 and the rest of the series. So, what are goals and what are systems? A goal is a target, the purpose of which is to set a direction. You could think of it as an outcome or a desired outcome. A system is a set of actions that you commit to doing consistently, the purpose of which is making progress. And you could think of this as a process. And just by the definition, you might see where I'm going as far as why both goals and systems are important and that one without the other will not work. But to make it crystal clear, let's talk more specifically about why we need both. So number 1, systems won't work without goals. You need a goal in mind in order to choose or to design what system to follow. And it's literally impossible to evaluate whether a system is effective without something to compare it with, i.e., a goal. On the flip side, goals don't work without action, which James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, recommends should be systems. He states that winners and losers have the same goals and that what separates them is that winners have systems. I agree with him completely that ultimately it is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. But I disagree that we should do away with goals. We need both. We need both a targeted outcome and a process for getting there. In truth, creating and using a system is just zoning in on one important part of the smarter goal setting process, and that is the actionable or action-oriented part of setting a goal. So in case you haven't yet, be sure to watch out part 1 of the series, which focuses on the smarter goal setting process, which is a way to effectively set attainable goals. And you might have already heard about the smarter goal setting process, but you definitely still want to watch this video as I put a spin on what it means. All right, so we've talked about what goals and systems are. We've talked about why we need both. Now let's talk about how to create systems. So number 1, of course, we need a goal. You need to either set your goal using the smarter goal setting process or identify which of the goals you've already set that you want to create this system for. What is it that you want to achieve? Remember, when you're setting your goal or evaluating whether the goal you've already set is ideal, to be specific and action oriented. So not just lose 50 pounds, but lose 50 pounds by working out twice a week and only having 1 bag of chips per week. I said it, put the chips down. Now, when we have these smaller, specific action oriented goals, then it's time for us to create a system to determine the actions that we will repeatedly do to work towards these goals. And so you want to identify and document, write it down, what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. And so that's step number 2. Step number 3 is to determine what you're going to do if something tries to get in the way of you going through with this system. Determine it in advance. Maybe your goal is to eat healthy and your plan is to meal prep. But upon reflecting, you predict that you will get tired of what you meal prep by Friday. And so I'm recommending that you make a plan for what you will do in such an event, and not to just go with the flow, because if we're going with the flow, we're not going to commit. It's unlikely that we'll commit to what the hard work that we need to do. So maybe you will say, I will have a healthy alternative that is fun in the freezer for Friday if I don't feel like finishing my meal prep. And so for me, that has been throwing a cauliflower pizza in the freezer. Way better than ordering some Domino's or some Papa John's or whatever, but it's still, exciting. So if your goal is to run every day, what will you do if there is a storm or if it's not sunny outside? So determine your plan B, if you would, in advance. And then the final step to creating systems to help you reach your goals is to take action. I like to say it often. Over on this channel. Just do it. Stick to the plan, whether you're motivated or not. Just do it. Stick to the process. I will start to end like a fabulous Baptist preacher by quoting James Clear of Atomic Habits again. He said, your actions reveal how badly you want something. If you keep saying something is a priority but you never act on it, then you don't really want it. It's time to have an honest conversation with yourself. Your actions reveal your true motivation. And to summarize that quote, just do it. Make the system or determine the action and just do it. Now, the idea of systems is that it's unlikely that one action or making one change will lead to you achieving your goal, and that instead you need to create a system or a routine, a set of actions. In my next Monday morning motivation video, I'll be telling you about how I will test this out. Yes, a mini experiment. I'm a psychologist after all. I will be doing a challenge that I hope you will join me on. Action versus system, less versus more. I'm excited. I love a good experiment. And like I said, I hope that you will join me. So if you've made it to this point in the video, I would like to give you a special thank you. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. Are you a systems only person? Are you a goals only person? Are you convinced to do both? And of course, if you are excited to hear about this challenge, let me know in the comment section. My prayer for you this week is that you will be strong and courageous, that you will work diligently towards the goals, the vision, the plan that God has for your life. I pray that the Lord will fill you with his peace this week, and that he will remind you frequently this week to just pause and to just savor a couple breaths. Yes, to breathe and to remember that you are already blooming. Until next time, take care.